So good evening to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this event, Gate to EECS IISc 2022, which is being organized by the EECS division at IISc. Me, Soumya, a Mtech student in the Department of Electronic Systems Engineering, will be here to interact with everybody and answer all your questions in the chat and those questions submitted in the registration form prior to this, along with my colleagues, Nikita, who is a PhD student in the Department of Computer Science and Automation, Musavir, who is an MTech student in the Department of Computer Science and Automation, Anagha, an MTech student in EC, Sirsha, who is a PhD student in Electronic Systems Engineering, Sai Pawan, who is an MTech student in Electrical Engineering, and Gokul, who is an a PhD student in the Department of Electrical Communication Engineering. All of us will be there to answer your questions and clear your doubts. So I'll not bore you much with the presentation. I have compiled all those common queries regarding gate preparation, why IISc and all that. So me and Masavir will quickly run through the presentation and then get started with your questions. You can type out your questions in the chat. Also, we'll be answering questions from the responses submitted prior to this. Okay, so the division of EECS in IISc is composed of 4 departments: Computer Science and Automation, Electrical Communication Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Electronic Systems Engineering. So these are the several research clusters in which professors and students of the different departments that I mentioned work upon: artificial intelligence, analysis and probability, quantum technology, VLSI, controls and optimization, power engineering, and so on. So these are the different Mtech programs being offered by these various departments at IISc. We have computer science and engineering Mtech offered by CSA department, Mtech in electrical engineering offered by electrical department, and Mtech in electronics and communication engineering offered by EC department, and Mtech programs in ESC, electronic systems engineering, and electronic product design by the electronic systems engineering department. In addition to this, we have Mtech in signal processing offered jointly by ECE and electrical. Then the Mtech program in microelectronics and VLSI design offered jointly by ESC and ECE, and the flagship Mtech program in AI, which is offered jointly by all the 4 departments. In addition to this, we have separate different allied Mtech programs with other departments such as quantum technologies, robotics and autonomous systems, smart manufacturing, computational data sciences, and so on. So these are the various gate paper requirements for the different Mtech programs. I'll just run through them briefly once, and I will keep it displayed later on so that you can refer to this. So the Mtech in computer science and engineering takes the gate paper of computer science. Artificial intelligence requires a gate score in CS, EC, and EEE. Electronics and communication engineering requires a valid gate score in EC, EE, and so on. So now these are the most requested questions in the forms, registration form submitted. So the first thing is that is absolutely necessary for preparation for the GATE exam. Now, the GATE exam is an entry to IISc, whether it is for master students, MTech research, or for direct PhD students. GATE is a mandatory requirement. So the preparation for GATE exam is absolutely necessary. So the syllabus for the GATE examination can be found at this listed website. This is the official website of GATE 2023. You can also refer to several standard textbooks available in the market and the web. And NPTEL online courses, these are great references covering concepts in depth and in detail. Also, NPTEL has recently launched this GATE preparation portal, which is also quite helpful for preparation. Also, after covering all these resources, you might need practice. You will surely need practice. So for that, you will have GATE previous year's question papers listed in the GATE exam website as well. So now the question is, why IISc? Why not something else? So I'll request Musavir to take over and run through the subsequent slides. Musavir, over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Soumya, and thank you so much for who is present here. And another question arises: why ISC? There is a counter question I can ask is why not ISC? The first thing I can cover that ISC is an institute of eminence. So let's go by numbers because we're mostly science students, so we mostly believe in numbers. So according to NIRF ranking, the ISC is the India's #1 university, and in research category, again we are #1, and in overall category we are #2 according to NIRF ranking. And then coming to the world QS ranking, we are #1 in citations per faculty, and in the world ranking we are at number 155. Our goal will be to reach higher in the next year, I guess. And can you change the slide? Then students here they get really attractive fellowships. Like we have a strong bond with the communities industries, which provide the students funds, and the government of India also provides students funds to conduct their research. One of the scholarships or one of the fellowships that we get is PMR for PhD students, and all of the scholarships, all of the fellowships are listed here, and some Mtech research students, Mtech students, and PhD. All students are eligible for many of these fellowships, so you can consider this. See the slide. So, and the reason why you should choose IISc is that the IISc has deep connection with the industry. Like just take an example of wherein is in collaborative Wipro and IISc research innovation, where people from these companies collaborate on initiatives like autonomous systems, artificial intelligence, computer vision. And we have British Telecom Indian Research Center at IISc, where we also study about the artificial intelligence, 5G mobilities, and software engineering. And then we have Center for Network Intelligence. Again, we have developed next generation networking methodologies. Then we have strong tie-up with other industries like our researchers in IISc and the research industry work on ML algorithms and cryptography and AI ML for good. And then we have tie-ups with Amazon, Mindtree, Microsoft Research Centers. Another one important thing that IISc has is the deep tech startups. Like there are something called as shallow tech startups. For example, if you consider Uber is a shallow tech startup, but deep tech startups they require some out of the box thinking, or we require PhDs to start these because it's not so trivial. So in IISc here, what we do is like Vijay Natarajan from Graphics and Visualization Lab. He has started a startup whereby using graphics and visualizations in the medical field they are doing some stuff with endoscopy and other things. And there is another deep tech startup called as Kinome, and which uses the unstructured data from the companies, and by their unstructured data, we structure it, and then afterwards we can extract some meaningful information from it. And there are a lot of other startups that are mentioned in the slide. You can just have a look at the slide. All in all, there are many opportunities for this, and the first opportunity is cutting edge research because you'll be exposed to a lot of research here, as this is primarily a research institute. Then you can get you can get PhD and postdoctorate fellowships, and we have outstanding placements. In here, just given numbers in computer science, the average placement for the previous year was 32 LPA, because we don't market much about the placements, but placements are really good about here. And there is an opportunity to explore many fields of research that do not exist anywhere apart from the IISc. See the slide. The best thing about IISc is vibrant student community. Here you will meet diverse people from different backgrounds, from different communities. But the thing is, you can increase the intellectual horizons by rubbing the shoulders with the best. And most of you that are present here, I assume that you are preparing for the gate or you want to prepare for the gate. And when you will come here, you will see many more people who are having same interest as you, and you can discuss many ideas, many good ideas with them. And this will help you in your future prospects. So the student community is really good because I'll just pose my example. I was when I came here, I met different students, which by whom I got a lot of knowledge from them. And usually students, we have foreign students also, so you can also interact with them and get their perspective of life and other things. So we have a vision at EECS division. We want to be among the 4 force clusters of electrical, electronics, and computer science researchers throughout the world. Because we are having the world-class faculty here who teach in this department, and our goal is to reach. Our goal is actually to be the world's like foremost cluster. So we apply this. We'll achieve this by giving the best teaching and best research equipment and best research content to our students over here. And thank you so much for this. This is a short presentation made for you, and now we'll take questions from the chat windows. I'll again go back to Soumya, who will take the questions and we'll answer the questions. Over to you, Soumya.
Thank you, Musafir, for letting audience know about all the other things about the research at IISc and the outstanding opportunities that everyone gets. So we have a question right now in the audience. The question is, I am currently in IIT Palakkad, Mtech for data science. So how do I apply for PhD at IISc? Should I use GATE score or Cgpa of Mtech? Currently, I am in Mtech semester 1. So I will let Nikita answer this question. Nikita, over to you.
So when you apply for PhD program at IISc, you can fill both the details in the form, your CGPA also, and as well as your GATE score. It won't harm your chances of selection. Yeah, back to you, Soumya.
Thank you, Nikita, for your answer. So there is another question regarding GATE preparation. So the question reads, I am from CSE branch. My most of the syllabus are covered, but 2 subjects are left and all PYQs are left and also test series. My semester exam is also going on. So what strategy do I follow? So I will request Mosavit to take this question. Over to you.
Yes, as you have covered your most of the syllabus, so I'll just give a suggestion that you should focus on the revision part, and you should not even do bad in your exams. You should also care about the exams. So the first thing that you could do is you can revise your subjects by doing the questions and by applying your concepts that you have learned in the test series. If you have enrolled in a test series, you can just do your tests, and by that you can revise the concepts. And at the same time, you can also prepare for the exams. Maybe most of the times the exams, the subjects that are taught in exams, they have overlap with the GATE syllabus. So in that way, you can revise. You can just take this an opportunity, just appear for the semester exams and use those subjects to revise the subjects that you have studied. If you are left with the 2 subjects, try not to at this point of time. You can even just focus on revising part, and you have I think 6 months or so left in the exam. You can later on also cover these 2 subjects, but the first focus should be on revision.
Thank you, Musavir. The next question is, should we appear for more than one paper like EC electrical for VLSI? Isn't just the GATE score of EC valid to get into VLSI? So I'll take this question. So the answer to this question is, always you should go preparing for the GATE paper which is more relevant to your branch. Suppose you are doing a BTech in electrical engineering, you can take admission in VLSI courses at IISc by the GATE score of EEE. You do not need to prepare for GATE EC as well. However, if you are from EC department, you did your BTech in EC, you can definitely consider the EC GATE paper and do well, and then you can as well join IISc for VLSI. So the next question is, for all the courses shown like EAC, EC, do we have to appear for both EC, EE and GATE and IAN GATE papers? I'll let Anaga answer this question. Anaga, over to you.
No, you don't have to appear for multiple papers. It is written that all these are applicable. So if you, for example, if you have to take an MTech in artificial intelligence, if you have given the GATE paper in either CS, EC or EE, you can apply for MTech in AI. So it is either of all, not like and. You can give GATE in either of them. That's what it means. Over to you, Soumya.
Thank you, Anaga. So the next question is, which is the time to start GATE preparation? I am still in second year of BTech in electrical engineering. So I'll ask Sai Pawan to answer this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
Yeah, see, if you are serious about taking GATE and pursuing MTech, then I think since you are in second year of electrical engineering, you can start away right now, because from second year you see all your basic subjects start. So start making your basics strong and understand the basics, and then maybe you can look after the previous year GATE exams and start your preparation. Over to you, Samir.
Thank you, Pawan. So the next question is, what is the fellowship for GATE qualified students in IISc for MTech students and PhD students? So I'll request Sirsha to answer this question. Sirsha, over to you.
Okay, for master students, the scholarship is from MHRD. It's and for PhD students, they can start with the MHRD, and if they can, if they have good marks during their coursework and good research proposal, then they can apply for PMRF afterward. Back to you, Shamo.
Thank you.
Yes. Sorry, Soumya, sorry to interrupt you. I'd like to add there, for the MTech students, many other companies like Reliance Foundation, they do come here for the interviews. And if you got selected, you will get a fellowship from them as well. And there are many other companies that do come and they take their particular interviews. For example, if you are interested in computer networks, Cisco will give you a particular fellowship. They will take the interview. If you are a guy from systems, for example, you are in operating system, compiler design, database management systems, or something like that. So Intel, they do approach here and they take students from the MTech as well. As I have also, we had slide one huge slide where there were mentioned the fellowships that are that people can get in IISc. Yeah, what do you, Swami?
Thank you. So the next question is, what's the cutoff rank for VLSI direct PhD? I'll request Gokul to answer this question. Gokul, over to you.
Cutoff rank depends on each year, right? So can't say possibly a certain number, but I suggest you come under rank 100 or 200. You will definitely get a chance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the next question, I think there is a request to take some questions from the forms as well. So I will take 1 or 2 questions from the forms at the same time. So the question that I'll take is it possible to crack GATE while having a job? I would answer this question, and I have personally done the same. It is definitely possible to crack GATE with a job. All that you need is proper planning and execution. So if you are in a job, you won't be getting full day to study, that is for sure. But if you have studied your basic subjects properly during your BTech, then every day you should give 2 hours of practice to previous year's papers or to the test series that are publicly available, and that should be good enough. In case you are not good enough with your basic concepts from your BTech, then also it is not a big deal. You can go through the NPTEL lectures in the topics that you have doubt. In that case, you will have to spend some extra time every day, but it is definitely possible. So the next question is, are students from EC background allowed to pursue courses in EE background? So I'll request Anaga to take this question. Anaga, over to you.
So it depends on the gate paper that you give. If you're giving a gate paper in EE, then you can also apply to the programs, electrical engineering, like that. So then you can take courses like that. And then there are a couple of courses from the electrical department that you can take even if you are pursuing an MTech in EC, say. So there are some courses like you can take overlapping. Over to you, Samu.
Thank you. I would like to add one point here. Once you enter IISc, the learning possibilities are unlimited. You can literally take any course from any department as per your wish. Whatever you wish to learn, nobody will restrict you. So you will definitely get many opportunities to learn many courses from many departments, as long as it aligns with your research interest or your personal interest. Okay, so I'll take the next question. So how to get internship from top MNCs after joining in IISc? I would request Musavir to take this question. Musavir, over to you.
Yes. For the internships, the first thing that you have to do is first you will in the first semester you complete your coursework. That's the thing you will have to do. In the second semester, for example, if you're in an Mtech program, in the second semester, companies will come and they will take your interviews. They will have the tests of their own. And if you have done justice to your coursework and you have done some good projects for that, and I don't think that getting an internship is difficult because the projects that you have done in your coursework are enough to showcase, and there they will ask you the relevant questions regarding your projects or that whatever you have done. So you have to do the projects in a better way so that while appearing in the internship interviews, you can answer these questions. And the important thing is just do the coursework as the teachers expect you to do them. So it will be easy for you guys to take the internships. And yeah, over to you, Swami.
Thank you, Musavir, for your informative answer. So I would take the next question from the submitted responses. So this question is for Nikita. The question says, I have a great interest in the area of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and I want to pursue a PhD program on intelligent systems from IISc Bangalore. So do I need to have any prior research experience for getting selected apart from a decent GATE score? Over to you, Nikita.
Yeah, you do not need any prior research experience. So you please give the GATE exam, and after that apply for the admission process. During the admission process, you will be having an interview where you'll have to prepare few courses for that interview. You yourself will be giving the choice of the subjects that you want to appear for in the interview, and that's all. You don't need any prior research experience. Back to you, Soumya.
Okay. Thank you, Nikita, for the answer. So the next question is kind of a follow-up on the same thing. What kind of questions are asked in the admission interviews for MTech and PhD at IISc? I will request Sirsha to take this question. Sirsha, over to you.
It's mainly basics, whatever we learn during our coursework in bachelor's or during master's, if we apply for PhD interviews. So mainly it's better to focus on fundamental things that we learn during our coursework. Back to you, Soumya.
Thank you, Sirsha, for the answer. So the next question I will be taking from the submitted forms. So this question is for Gokul. So the question reads, what is the best approach to pursue higher studies in IISc or IITs, be it MTech or PhD? Over to you, Gokul.
Yeah, as already mentioned, the best approach is for MTech and PhD, you should write GATE. And I didn't actually get the question properly.
Okay, I
Best
mean,
approach in the
what should
sense.
be the approach? I mean, the mental approach, what all things the person should learn beforehand before starting his research in IISc?
Yeah, so beforehand you should be thorough with the basics. And next thing is like you should have a proper interest, good interest in what you are doing. Otherwise, you will get easily demotivated. Yeah, so I would suggest this: prepare well for GATE, appear for GATE, and apply for MTech or PhD according to your choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Gokul, for your answer. So one small point that I would like to add here is, once you are studying some subjects for GATE and you know that this subject is relevant for your research interests, I mean, whenever you want to apply for PhD, then this subject might be required for your research. So please study those subjects in depth. You will get interview questions at IISc mostly from those subjects related to your domain of research and from mathematics. You should be very thorough with your basic mathematics and your courses, I mean the subjects that are relevant to your area of interest. And at the same time, you should be open-minded when you're coming to IISc. You should be ready to learn anything and everything that is being taught here. Learnings will be unlimited in IISc, that is for sure, and you will definitely enjoy it. Okay, so the next question is, what are the various other ways than GATE to join IISc? Okay, so this session we are mainly discussing about MTech and PhD programs, but then obviously there are other ways to join IISc. Suppose one such way is by internships. You can go through the websites of EECS division. There are separate different labs. I mean, they have separate web pages for the labs and the research groups, so you can search for internship positions there. You can directly apply and get interviewed and selected there. And also there are project staff vacancies that are floated throughout the year, so you can apply for that as well. One advantage is that when you are working as a project staff here at IISc, you need work experience, but you do not need a GATE score. It is not mandatory. So after your tenure as a project staff, you can get your chance to do a PhD here as well. So I'll take the next question. What marks and rank is expected for getting admitted to IISc general category? I'll request Sai Pawan to take this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
Yeah, see, it depends not on rank, it depends on what your GATE score is. So, and also varies from department to department. So I assume if you are giving a gate in ECE, then maybe graded 808, 830 plus gate score is a very good score in general category to get an MTech in either in ECE or in signal processing. For VLSI and DAC, you need to have greater grade score around 875 and 880. So it does not concern with the gate rank per se. It depends upon your gate score. Over to you, Samir.
Thank you, Gokul. So the next question is there any minimum CGPA to join IISc? So I request Sirsha to take this question. Sirsha, over to you.
If we are coming for PhD course, like after completing masters, then there is a CGPA minimum cutoff is there. So I guess it's 8, minimum 8 is there, but it will be written in the form also. What is the required minimum CGPA? Back to you, Shoma.
Thank you. Thank you, Sirsha, for the answer. So the next question is, I want to do MTech and PhD in communication engineering. Is signal processing a part of communication? I think he's asking about the signal processing branch and the MTech and PhD opportunities.
Yeah.
I
So let me
request
take-
Anaga to take the question. Anaga, over to you.
Yes, so for communication, you can take an MTech in either ECE or signal processing. Taking both MTechs, you can pursue communication research in communication field.
Thank you, Anaga, for the answer.
So one more addition to this is for doing MTech in signal processing, you can use your gate paper asset like in EC and EE. So the signal processing, while doing signal processing also, you can do your research or academics in communication. So that is also possible.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Pawan. So the next question is, I am from a tier 3 college and preparing for GATE right now. Please tell me how to manage time while preparing for GATE. I request Musavir to take this question. Musavir, over to you.
Can you repeat the first part? He's a student in bachelor's, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he's saying that he is a student from a tier 3 college who is preparing for GATE right now.
Yes, the thing is, you have to manage things. For example, if you are a computer science student and you are appearing for the computer science paper in GATE. So most of the subjects that you will read in a semesters that overlap with the GATE syllabus. So the thing you can do is, while you are preparing for your semester, you can also prepare for the GATE as well, because GATE requires a bit of rigorous study than your semester exam. So parallelly, you can do both of them. It's like killing with one stone to kill two birds with one stone. So you can just focus on your semester exams, but prepare according to GATE, and you'll use the knowledge that you got from preparing GATE in your semester exams as well. And regarding the time management, how you can manage the time. So there are like different scientific methods by which you can like manage your time. You should use time blocking. For example, if you want to go for a lecture, you should have, okay, I want to go for a lecture at this particular time. If I want to study a subject, I'll study the subject from this hour to this hour. So the time blocking is a good method by which you can manage the time. And regarding your, if you want, as you said, you are from tier 3 college, and this is actually like open secret. Most of the tier 3 college, you don't attend lectures or something. If you are still going to the lectures, the thing is, you can take your GATE notes or something like that. You can sit up at the backbench. This is actually not recommended, but if you feel like you're not getting anything from the class, but still you want to learn, you can just sit somewhere and revise your notes in there. Or if you feel the professor is really good, you can take his class as well. So this is how you can actually manage the thing.
Thank you, Musavir, for your answer and your all the information that you provided. So the next question is, I want to know about the research or the courses conducted by Professor Arup Polle. I am not able to find his research at IISc anywhere on the internet. So Abhishek, actually Professor Arup Polle's lab web page is not ready yet. That's why I think you are not able to find those things that you mentioned. So he is an associate professor in the Department of Electronic Systems Engineering, and his research interests mostly include analog VLSI circuits and photonics. And currently he's teaching the analog VLSI circuits course. So the next question is, for an MTech research at IISc, is it good to get good GATE score and then masters, which leads to placement, or gain knowledge being research associates and get placed at good company outside? if I got your question right, I mean, you are comparing between the 2-year MTech and the MTech research. So I'd request Gokul to take this question. I mean, why should someone go for an MTech research for gaining knowledge and doing the research in place of doing MTech? So over to you, Gokul.
So the question is like, why should we do MTech research instead of MTech, right?
Yeah, somewhat like that.
Okay. So in MTech, what is done here is we'll do 2 semesters of coursework, and the coursework can be extended to third sem also. And the final year fully will be focused on projects and placements. So here, MTech regular program people mostly focus on placements and not that much on research. So if you want to become a full-time researcher, you want to extend yourself to a PhD in the future. So for that, Mtech research program is better. Initially, you will be allocated to a gate rather than doing courseworks, and then actually in Mtech regular, in the end of first semester, you will get allocated to a gate. In Mtech research, initially you will get allocated to a gate, and then your research work will start parallelly with your coursework. So you will certainly know that these courses you have to take for this kind of research. But in Mtech regular, that is not the case. If you are taking example, I am telling Mtech microelectronics and VLS design. So certain core courses are coming with microelectronics and VLS design. So after you are finishing that courses, the project will be allocated and you will be shifted to the courses kind of thing. So yeah, the final thing is, if you are a researcher, you should go for Mtech research. Thank you.
Thank you, Gokul, for sharing all the information. So just one small point is that your MTech research is like a mini PhD. So you get to work on a cutting edge research problem, and you end up publishing a great paper and doing some outstanding research. And at the same time, I would like to point out that this MTech research students also get good placement. It is not that just MTech coursework students get good placement. So it's not that MTech research students don't get placed. So the next question is, how much it is difficult to cope up in MTech AI branch for an electrical engineering student? I'd request Musavir to take this question. Over to you, Musavir.
Yes. So the coursework here is generally rigorous. It's not the course that you are accustomed of doing in a bachelor's. The professors here expect a lot of things from you, because after all, IISc is a research institute, so you will be expected to read some research papers and go through the coursework regularly. And it's a subjective question. It depends on your background as well. For example, if you are well versed with some machine learning techniques or something like that, maybe it will be easy for you. But if you're kind of new to the field and you're taking these subjects, and it will be like a bit hectic, but all in all, like, people do cope here because you get a good friend circle where you can discuss the concepts. But I'll suggest, for example, if you are joining the IISc, and for an average person, if a lecture is taught for 1.5 hours, you should give the double time. This is how it works. You should not actually let the lectures accumulate. You will revise it later on. Otherwise, it has a cascading effect. If you miss one lecture and you are not revising the lecture properly, then the other lecture depends on the first lecture or depends on previous lecture. So in that way, your life can become really hectic if you do this sort of thing in IISc. So IISc actually but it asks you for investing time while doing the coursework. So, like, because after all, you are in a research institute, so you'll have to put some more. What do you?
Thank you, Musavir, for your answer. So the next question is, I feel I am not good at solving numerical problems, but I strongly believe that I have a good understanding of the subject. How to overcome this? So I would request Sai Pavan to take this question. Sai Pavan, over to you.
Yeah. See, if you are good in understanding the concepts, the only thing that you require to solve numerical questions is practice. So I think you are asking this question with regarding to gate preparation. So the more you practice, the more you apply the concepts which you have understood thoroughly, the more it will be useful to you. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Pavan, for the answer. So next question is research at IISc versus top abroad universities. I'll request Nikita to take this question. Nikita, over to you.
Yeah, we have world-class faculty members, and we publish at top-tier conferences. And I think we are at par with any university. Yeah, back to you, Swami.
Okay, thank you, Nikita, for the answer. So our next question I would be taking from the submitted responses. So So the question is related to career after PhD, and what is the life, what typically goes on in the life of a PhD student at IISc. I request Sirsha to take this question. Sirsha, over to you.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. So the question is related to the career after pursuing PhD from ISC, and what goes on typically in the life of a researcher PhD student at ISC.
So if we are talking about career after PhD, then that depends on what you want. Like if you are much interested in research, then you can go for further research, like for postdoctoral positions. And if you are interested to join industry, then for it's a good placement is there, like for higher packages other than other universities. And what type of life during PhD, then it depends. Like we have to learn to manage everything by our own, and we have to know how to balance everything, mostly our academic life and with our personal life also. And yeah, friends are always there to stay with us. Yeah, that's all. Back to you, Shoma.
Thank you, Sirsha. So the next question is from the chat. Do we need to do internship or projects in final semester for an interview in Mtech or PhD at ISC? So I request Gokul to take this question and explain the importance of projects and internships during BTech once a student comes for an interview at ISC. Over to you, Gokul.
Yeah, internships will be offered after after first sem. It will be floated around you. You can apply for internships in probably second sem, and interviews will be going on. And the sem breaks, that is after first sem, June, July, May, June, July. That time you can go for internships. If you are good enough, they'll give you a pre-placement offer. And the other question was like project, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mtech projects, as I already mentioned, it will be floated at the end of first sem, and the project work starts actually from the second sem. The literature survey, everything starts from second sem, and hands-on project, whatever you are going to do, it will be starting mostly from third sem, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
Gokul,
anything
for
else?
the answer. So the next
Some other
question
was,
is, yeah, Gokul, you have anything to say?
yeah, some other thing was mentioned,
Yeah.
BTech internships, something.
Yeah. I mean, the relevance of the BTech projects and internships once a person comes for an interview at IISc.
Yeah,
I mean, the
definitely it
admission
matters
interview.
a lot. Definitely it matters a lot. Whatever you are doing, do it well. Be clear with what you are doing. It will be asked in interviews. Just be clear. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Gokul. So the next question is how to prepare GATE and manage placement preparation at the same time. I request Sai Pawan to take this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
Yeah, see, if you want to manage both GATE and placements, so you're basically talking about your final year in your college. So whatever the company asks, if it's a core company, then it may be asking all your theoretical subjects only. So if you are prepared for GATE, you will be well versed to answer interview questions also. The only other thing you want to do is for preparation of placement is like for coding. But all the theoretical thing, so once you are prepared for any GATE subject, then all the theoretical questions, interview questions can be answered here. Back to you, Samir.
Thank you, Pawan, for the answer. So the next question we have, as an engineering student, whether it's important to develop skills through learning different softwares and involving ourselves in project works, or to prepare tediously for competitive exams. I request Anaga to take this question. Over to you, Anaga.
Yes, so you can do both ways. So if you are interested in pursuing a master's, then you have to take the GATE exam. So you have to prepare for the GATE exam. Otherwise, if you are not interested in learning pursuing academics further, then you can learn the software side or whatever that is and go to the industry directly. So it depends on your choice, really. Thank you.
Thank you, Anaga, for the answer. So the next question is, being a 4-year BTech student in EC, what's the requirements from us? So basically, a BTech student in EC can apply for all the listed Mtech programs that accepts a valid EC gate score, and some of the programs have some extra requirements. Say, for example, the Mtech program in AI requires you to have good coding skills and excellent math skills. So you should be thorough with these things after cracking gate, so that you can crack interview at IISc and get selected. So mostly that's all about it. And you should be thorough with your basics, and once you come to IISc, you will definitely learn more. So the next question is, it is said that the gate score is valid for 3 years. So can we join IISc within any of these 3 years? I request Sirsha to take this question. Sirsha, over to you.
Actually, there is a cutoff, right? So I guess it depends on the cutoff. Obviously, it's valid and you can apply within these 3 years of up to how long it's valid. You can obviously apply, but I don't know how much it will be applicable with the new ones, because the cutoff scores will be different. Okay, back to you, Shoma.
Thank you, Sirsha. So the next question is from the forms responses that we have received. So can PhD in IISc be completed in a reduced time? Can somebody complete a PhD in less than 5 years at IISc? So I would request Nikita to take this question. Nikita, over to you.
Yes, you can finish your PhD in less than 5 years, and there have been cases in IISc when people have finished in 2 years or 3 years. So it is definitely possible.
Thank you, Nikita, for the answer. So the next question is, what is the question pattern for interview? Is it written test or oral test? So basically, you get to have both. Depending on whichever Mtech program you're applying, you will definitely have a written test followed by an interview. You might have a coding test for branches like CS and AI, followed by an interview. So it depends on whichever Mtech program you're applying for. The details can be found in the IISc website for the respective Mtech programs. Okay, so the next question is it possible to do PhD while doing job? I'll request Gokul to take this question. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, I think I already answered in the chat box. I'll tell you again. Like here are some programs. For example, the DRDO ESR candidates, they'll get a sponsored position to do PhD. Other than that, QAP candidates are there, like assistant professors in your government colleges. They'll also get a chance to do PhD through QAP programs. Many external programs are there while you are doing job to do PhD.
Thank you, Gokul, for the answer. So the next question is, it is a very important question. It has been asked many number of times. What is the minimum CGPA cutoff required for direct PhD after BTech? I request Nikita to take this question and also tell us about what is the CGPA cutoff for applying to Mtech and Mtech research as well. Over to you, Nikita.
Okay, Cgpa requirement for applying to PhD. I think it is, as Shrisha has also told earlier, I think it is 8 or 8.5. You can just go and check in the website for the correct number. I'm not very sure. And for Mtech and Mtech research program, there is no CGPA requirement. You only need to write the GATE exam and have a GATE score, and then you can apply. And based on the cutoff, you will get the admission. Yeah, back to you, Saumya.
Thank you, Nikita, for the answer. So there is a question, what is the scope of robotics in IISc? So for a detailed answer of the same, I request the concerned person to go and check the website of RBCCP, Robert Bosch Center of Cyber Physical Systems at IISc. So it has a flagship Mtech program in robotics and autonomous systems. So that will provide you even further details about the program, the cutoff requirements, interviews, the courses, and the projects, everything. Hello, can you tell us about the scope of ML in VLSI? So I would request Gokul to take this question. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, I have already answered this in chat box, so I'll tell you again. This ML is used in VLSA, many VLSA areas. I'm using one thing like digital VLSA, like neuromorphics, especially in brain computing, we'll use ML. Here in DESC, the research is going on. If you are interested, you can check on its website. Other details will be available.
So the next question is, I'm taking it from the submitted responses. So why should we give GATE exam if we are getting good placements in our college during BTech? I would request Sai Pawan to take this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
Okay, see, if you are interested in pursuing any specialization, like if you're doing BTech in your EC, so in at the graduation level, you study about you study about electronics, you study about communications, you study about signal processing, everything like as just a overview. So if you want to get specialization in any of it, you can do the MTech, or if you're really interested in doing research, then you can do MTech. And with respect to placements, once you do an MTech in any of these programs that we are talking about at IISc, you will surely get very good placements, better than your placements that you get in your graduation college.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Pawan,
Samir.
for the answer. So the next question is, I am from instrumentation engineering. Can I join MTech in EC by giving GATE EC paper? We had to study communication systems, signal systems, and EMT in our coursework. I request Anaga to take this question. Anaga, over to you.
Yes, so I believe it depends. Admission to the MTech streams are dependent on the GATE papers. So if you want to join ECE MTech, yeah, you have to give GATE in EC or EE, and if you are giving GATE in these papers, then you can join.
Thank you, Anaga, for the answer. So the next question is, my rank was AI 227 in CSC in 2022 in third year. In this same, I cannot enroll in final year major project as I got a 6 months internship offer from Amazon. Is admission interview at IISc based on BTech major project, or the company experience is also relevant? I request Musavir to take this question. Musavir, over to you.
Yes, for the CS people, usually they'll you have 70% weightage for the GATE paper, and then 30% weightage is for the interview or coding test they conduct. There is no interview, I guess, for this. There is only coding test for CS. For example, if you're applying for CDS, then you'll have interview, and they will ask you the questions based on your project. But per se, if you are just opting for CSA branch in IISc, so there is no relevance of the project as it says. For example, you just get 70% for your GATE score, and you get 30% for the coding test that you will be giving. What do you, Swami?
Thank you, Musavir, for answering the question. So the next question I'll be taking from the old responses submitted in the forms. So is VLSI a good branch to pursue in MTech? And what is the average package of an VLSI engineer from IISc Bangalore? Yes, definitely VLSI is a very good branch to pursue in MTech. There is scope for immense growth in VLSI because the entire world is getting connected by IoT. 5G communication is already being rolled out. Recently, the spectrum auctions happened. Research on 6G is going on. So the semiconductor industry is growing deep in R&D as well as in revenue. So definitely VLSI is a good branch to pursue in MTech. And regarding the average package, it's very up to the mark. It's a very competitive salary. You will get above 25 LPS CTC. The thing is, you have to do well in your coursework, and you have to go and you have to be very thorough in it, and also you have to put good amount of effort in your research work. So after that, your placements will just be a secondary thing. Your learning will be the primary objective in IISc, and placements will just come along with it. So the next question is, do instrumentation students not get signal processing course? So I would request Anaga to take this question. Anaga, over to you.
Yes, so again, admission to the Mtech programs is dependent on the GATE papers. So if you want an Mtech in signal processing, you have to take the GATE paper EC or EE, then only you can apply. Yes, you cannot take a GATE paper in IN and then apply to SP. Thank
Thank you, Anaga, for the answer. So the next question that I have is, I am a BTech student currently in the 5th semester. I want to know whether pursuing PhD from IISc will help me in getting professorship in USA. So I request Nikita to take this question. Nikita, over to you.
So the question is whether PhD in IISc will help get professorship in US.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm not sure how to answer this question. I mean, PhD, you can do PhD at IISc, and I think what is most important is their research work. And as I have already said, that we publish at A-star conferences, and which is at par with other universities. Yeah, I'll just answer that. Yeah, back to you, Soman.
Thank you, Nikita, for the answer. So the next question from the responses in the chat, I mean from the responses that have been submitted for the form. So what are the fields of computer science and engineering that I can pursue for higher education? I request Musavir to take this question. Musavir, over to you.
Yes. Yeah. So in IISc, if you get admission in IISc, so there are three pools. The first pool is called a theory pool, in which there is cryptography, design analysis of algorithms, component topology, computation geometry, like subjects. And there is second pool that's called as systems pool, where will get exposure to operating systems, database management systems, and compiler design and things like that, which are related to the system. And the third pool we have is intelligence systems pool, where you will get exposure to the game theory, machine learning, AI, ML, deep learning, and these stuff. So these are the three career paths that you can choose while coming to IISc, whether for MTech, MTech research, or PhDs. These are three pools that you can choose from. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you, Musavir, for the answer. So the next question is again from the form responses. So will GATE score help me in getting a postdoc position? I would request Sirsha to take this question. Sirsha, over to you.
So for postdoc positions, GATE score is not mandatory, obviously. For getting the postdoc position, the most relevant thing is your research work during your PhD career. So, and obviously, if you have a good GATE score, then it will add a weightage to your CV profile. Back to you, Shoma.
Thank you, Sirsha, for the answer. So the next question is 7 months too late to prepare for GATE? I am in my 3rd year of BTech. So I would request Sai Pawan to take this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
No, not at all. If you are starting just now, 7 months is adequate amount of time. You can just strategize your preparation, give a lot of mock test, and solve all the previous year questions. You will get a very good rank. 7 months is more than enough.
Thank you, Pawan, for the answer. So the next question is, will MTech in industrial automation and robotics help me get R&D job in automobile companies? So you can check with the RBCCPS website, as I said. So it's RBCCPS branch. RBCCPS department that deals with the Mtech program in industrial automation and robotics. So that will provide you better information regarding this. So the next question I'll be taking from the form responses. What fields would an electronics and communication engineer get in his or her masters, and what are the different jobs for electronics and communication? VLSI is one part of it that I had explained in the previous answer. I would request Anaga to complete the answer and tell us in details about the opportunities. Over to you, Anaga.
Okay, so a BTech in electronics and communication student can take MTech in many branches. So here we can see that we can either go for an MTech in ECE, SP, an ESE, MVLSI, or AI. And the roles that we get after doing the MTech, the placements, it depends on these branches. So we can get AI ML roles if we do an MTech in AI, and we will get roles in communication if we do an MTech in ECE and SP, and MVLSI and ESC We can get roles in analog and digital design profiles. So all are opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Anaga, for the answer. So the next question is, what kind of research positions in industry can we expect after a PhD in EC department? I request Gokul to take this question. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, after PhD, we can expect some obviously R&D positions in big industries, and yeah, what else can I say? So that's all right. Other than that, other than industries, if you want to go to academic streams, you can do a postdoc. You can apply for professorship in any of the centralized institutes like Iits and IIScs. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Gokul, for the question. So I think we are 2 minutes away from closing. So I will request all of you present here to add questions in the chat. And if not, then we'll be taking some more questions from the responses submitted, and then we will close. Presently, I am in IIT Tirupati MS CSE for PhD in IISc. Do I need to take GATE again? So for MTech and MTech research students, it is not mandatory to have a GATE score. It's mostly your MTech project work and your concepts in subjects related to your research area that will matter more in IISc interviews. So GATE is not mandatory. So I'd be taking the next question from the submitted responses earlier. Okay, so can you recommend any online courses, please? For GATE CSC, I'm terrible in maintaining my schedule. Classes might be useful. I'd request Masavir to take this question. Masavir, over to you.
Yes. The online resources that are best are the NPTEL lectures because they directly teach you from the standard textbooks, and there is no replacement for standard textbooks. Because if you get these lectures for free, and there may be some other good courses, but they are nowhere near to the NPTEL lectures. And sometimes these lectures may be boring, but still you will have to live with it because these are the professors, these are the best that you can get. And I will suggest you to watch these lectures maybe at 2x speed or something, and have a textbook open in front of you so that you can compare what they are teaching there, and you can revise from the textbook. So this is the best resource I can tell you. NPTEL, it's like overpower.
Thank you, Masavir, for all the answer. So the one question which we have somewhat covered and somewhat not. So the question is, should I prepare for direct PhD? Now the direct PhD means you'll be applying for it directly after BTech. So once you are committing yourself to PhD, so you might you should have your basic concepts very thorough, mathematics and the different courses corresponding to your area of interest for research, and a valid GATE score. So that will help you in securing direct PhD admission in IISc. And at the same time, if your basics are good, so you will definitely get selected and do well in the research here. So this question, I think we have already answered this. As a finally a BTech student, how can internship at IISc? So as it has been already answered, you have to go through the lab websites pertaining to your area of interest, see the postings, or directly mail the professors with your resume. They will get back to you, and if your profile is good enough, you will be called for an interview and you'll get selected. The next question is, if I get selected to MTech, then do we need to continue to PhD? It's possible. It is not compulsory. If you are admitted to an Mtech program, you can as well finish your Mtech program and graduate, and at the same time you can convert to a PhD in IISc and continue as a PhD student. So I would request Gokul to speak about converting to a PhD from an Mtech program at IISc. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, me myself have converted from MTech to PhD. I was an MTech MULS student. So the thing is, after first year, you should have a 8 Cgpa, above 8 Cgpa with 24 credits, at least 24 credits completed. So you have to approach the professor whom you want to work under, and after that, the committee will decide, and they will put forward an interview. You have to come forward to the interview. You perform well, then they will give they'll get you converted to PhD.
Thank you, Gokul. So I think we are almost 3 minutes past the closing time. So I'll take two more questions, one from the chat and one from the form responses. So this question, I think many people have this question. Will year gap matter after BTech during placements at IISc? I request Sai Pawan to take this question. Sai Pawan, over to you.
No, I myself have graduated from NIT Nagpur in 2018. I have joined in IISc in 2021. So year gap does not matter. As long as you have your basics strong and you did your coursework at IISc very good, then you are bound to get good placements. Back to you, Samu.
Thank you, Pawan, for the information. So the last question, I think this should be the last question for today. So what if I do any project work from any of the ECS division and then appear for GATE? Yeah, definitely you can do that. If you get any project work or any internship at any of the departments under ECS division, that research experience is definitely going to help you in your interviews, and also it will help you boost your profile overall. So it's definitely a plus point. Okay, so I think we are almost done with the questions in the chat, and many questions which have already been answered are being repeated, be it in a slightly tweaked version. So I request the audience to go back and check
Yeah. Sorry to
the
interrupt you.
recordings on the
Somebody
YouTube. It is anyways being available. Okay.
just saying to navigate to the slide where their fellowships are mentioned. He wanted to see
Yeah.
that.
Sure. Fellowship slides. Yeah, definitely I'll show the slides. Yeah, so these are the different fellowships that you get during your MTech or in your PhD at IISc, apart from the MHRD scholarship that you get. So yeah, I mean, you can look up the web for the further details. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you all of you for attending the session, being attentive, asking questions, and being interested in ECS division at IISc. Wish you all the best for your GATE exam and your MTech and PhD interviews. I hope all of you register for GATE, and I hope all of you do well in not just in your GATE, but in your life overall. So all the best to everyone. And with that, we'll thank everybody and log off.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Soumya.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.